Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings, and today we're going to do the Gemini Weekly Tarotscope. This will be for January 8th through the 14th, right? Yeah. Sorry. I repeat it so much you'd think I'd have it memorized by now. Alright, we're just going to look at the overall energy for the week real quick, and then we'll get into a more in-depth reading. I do want to say, if you find that the reading does not resonate with you, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It's not always going to resonate with everybody. Also, check the readings for your moon and your rising sign, because sometimes those will resonate a little bit more. And if you don't know what your moon or your rising sign is, you can, I think it's Cafe Astrology. You can do a birth chart, and it'll give you your moon sign and your rising sign. You just have to know. You have to know what time you were born. You can get your moon sign without knowing your time, but it's much more accurate if you know what time you were born. Okay, we have the Page of Wands as your overall energy. So what that says to me is you're kind of feeling this new spark. You might have met somebody new. This card to me is kind of that intoxicating energy. So you might be connecting with somebody, and it's just a very passionate connection. It's a very exciting energy. You're just enjoying it. It's like a breath of fresh air. I feel like for some of you that you're going to be getting a lot of really romantic messages from somebody this week. And it's like the kind of messages that you want to keep going back and reading them over and reading them over, like that kind of cutesy energy. Yeah, I definitely feel that somebody's sending you a lot of really passionate, exciting messages. And they're sending it to you late night. You're waking up to a shit ton of messages from somebody, and they're all these like really romantic, really sexy messages. Yeah, because this person, I feel this person is very intoxicated by you. I feel this person is very drawn to you, and they're probably this type of person that they might be a little bit shy. Is not the word. They're so drawn to you, and they're so kind of intrigued by you that they get a little bit flustered and they don't really know what to say. And so they kind of spend all day mulling over what they're going to say. And then at night they get all these, they get courage, and they get, what is that phrase? Liquid balls. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, all these messages come out. Or this person just spends all day thinking of you, and they can't get you out of their head. And so they end up sending you messages late at night before you go to bed. You might think that maybe this person is just after one thing, but I don't think that's what it is. I think that they genuinely just have you on their mind all day, and they're just trying to say the right things. Yeah, this person is very, very drawn to you, but they do tend to get in their head. And so that's why you get the messages either late at night, or they just come at random times when you're not expecting it. To some extent, I feel that this person is sending you messages when they assume that you're sleeping, or when they assume that you're not going to be able to respond right away, because they might be a little bit fearful of rejection. And so they feel that if they send it at awkward times, they're not going to be sitting there worrying that you're not responding. If that makes any sense. But they're very intrigued by you. And that's what the issue is. Let's see what else we get. There's that card again, that Four of Swords. So, it could be your energy that is just kind of not able to sleep, overthinking things, going back over messages. But to some extent, I do feel that it's the person that you're connecting with. I feel like this person just spends a lot of time thinking about you and not as much time communicating to you what they think or what they want. Yeah, you're definitely dealing with somebody who's not fully expressing to you what they want to express to you. God, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if that's a cat screaming outside or a kid, but it's loud. We have the Eight of Cups here, and the Eight of Cups represents somebody who has kind of left an emotional situation behind. But in this card, to me, it represents, in this deck, somebody who is kind of just really leery about what they open up to and what they let people see. And it is because they have been hurt in the past, and so they do feel to some extent that they have to protect themselves. Honestly, I feel like that's the person that you're dealing with. It could be you. It could be your energy. Just being very leery of who you're letting in your life, who you're communicating to, who you're opening up to. With this Ten of Swords, that does represent somebody who has been through something really difficult, but also somebody who's being freed from something that has kind of kept them feeling stuck. So it could be that you're connecting with somebody and you both have kind of been through a very difficult past, or you've been in relationships in the past where you both have felt kind of stuck. I want to say for some of you, either you or the person that you're connecting with was in a connection where they felt very judged by the other person. And so in that, they're very leery about what they open up to, what they show to the other person. There's a fear of being vulnerable, because being vulnerable in the past has brought in something really difficult. Being vulnerable in the past allowed somebody to take advantage. I want to say too, for somebody, that you're connecting with somebody who is keeping something from you, who has not told you something. But it's out of it's not something that it's not something to do with your connection per se. It's something that they've gone through that they're not opening up to. But it's something that they're not expressing because they don't want to be vulnerable. I do feel too that this person is dropping some kind of hints to you here and there. but they're not fully opening up and expressing. Yeah. With this Four of Cups, this card to me does, it says to me somebody who is scared of being vulnerable. It's somebody who doesn't want to be exposed because they feel that when somebody has seen everything in them, that they can take advantage of them somehow. We do have this Two of Cups in the middle. The Two of Cups does represent that soulmate connection, that very strong bond to somebody. So this person you're connecting with, I do feel that you both have a very strong connection to each other. In this card, this is kind of the twin energy, the mirroring energy. And so in that regard, I want to say that you both have gone through something very similar. You both have been in similar relationships in the past. And so what that means is right now, you might both be kind of mirroring each other's energy. So if you feel that this person is not fully expressing things to you or fully opening up to you, you're doing the same to them. And I feel that this person is seeing the same in you. And so it could be that this person is scared to open up because you're not opening up, and you're scared to open up because they're not opening up. You know what I mean? But with that Two of Cups, and it does say that there's a very, it is a very strong connection. We do have this Three of Pentacles, and that represents somebody wanting to come together with another person and start something solid. So I do feel there is a desire within this connection to move forward, to have a solid relationship. But in this card, I notice that they both seem very leery of each other. If you can see the image on her face, she's very leery of what he's saying to her. So there is kind of a lack of trust. But I don't feel that it's because of the connection that you two have. I feel that it's because of the past. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands on the bottom, and the Knight of Wands is somebody who is, feeling very passionately. Oh, sorry, hold on. Sorry. Okay. The Knight of Wands is somebody who feels very passionate, who wants to take action, who wants to go after what he wants. And so in that, I feel that you both have this very strong desire for each other, but it's kind of like that energy where you both are kind of, you both are still kind of unsure. This might be a new connection. It might be somebody you just started connecting with. It could be that either you or this person have just gotten out of a relationship, or there's something that it's making you both kind of leery about really fully stepping into this. But in that regard, there is that pull, there is that desire, there is that passion. So what is happening is it's kind of coming out in spurts between the two of you. So you're going to seemingly get random messages from this person at random times, and it's going to seem like this person is just one of those in and out people. But again, I do just feel that it's kind of this fear of opening up and this fear of being vulnerable. With this Eight of Pentacles, that does represent consistency. And then we have this Moon card here. Again, there's another mirroring image there. So again, I do want to say that in this connection that you are mirroring each other. And in that, I do want to say it's very helpful if you can look this up. I'll try to find something and put it in the comment section at some point today. But try to look up, in these soul connections, what it means to be mirroring each other. And that'll help you kind of deal with this. Because any issues that you are seeing coming up in this connection, it's something that you're you're mirroring to that person. It's something that you're triggering in that person. And so in that aspect, this is a very healing connection. And with this Eight of Pentacles, with this consistency within this connection, things will shift, and things will shift into the direction that you want. And we do have this Wheel of Fortune card. So I do want to say this is shifting into something more positive, and this is shifting into the type of connection that you want. It's just going to take being able to develop that level of trust between the two of you, because I do feel that both of you have been through connections in the past that makes it difficult for you to really fully trust and really be comfortable in opening up. But with both of these cards, with this Moon card and this Two of Cups, and then both being that mirroring, that's a very strong connection. That's a soulmate connection. And this is a very healing connection also. I'm going to pull a few more and see what else we get. Oh, I love this. Yeah, this person is definitely, it's definitely a soulmate connection. It's a very strong connection. It's, you know, it's, you've kind of manifested that soul connection that you want. But with this Six of Spades and the Seven of Hearts, I do feel that one of you or both of you are still kind of transitioning out of a relationship from the past. And it might be a relationship that has ended, you know, months ago, but it's something that either you or this other person are still healing from. And so in that, there's still a little bit of confusion and a little bit of uncertainty. And again, a little bit of kind of that lack of, not lack of trust, just kind of a fear of being vulnerable. Like the wounds are still fresh, you know, that kind of energy. And it's just a matter of kind of patience and consistency within this connection. And it's also, you know, kind of being willing to look at where you're blocking this person, and what you're doing in this connection also. If you feel the person is closed off and not expressing a lot to you, are you expressing a lot to them, you know? So whenever you have an issue come up with this person that you're kind of struggling with, or you have a difficulty with, kind of ask yourself, am I giving this person that same type of energy? And when you can acknowledge that and kind of flip that, it's going to bring a lot more trust and comfort in this connection. Yeah, the Four of Spades, that's a card of healing. It's just, and then you have the Four of Clubs, and that's that soulmate connection. So again, this is a strong connection. It's also a very healing connection, and I feel that you both are going through some kind of healing process. So in that regard, you know, again, just a little bit of patience, a little bit of understanding, and consistency, and it's a beautiful connection. It truly is. It's just going to take time. And so I will leave it at that. I am sending you guys much, much love, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye-bye.